Welcome to our 5 on 5. Please be joined today by John Lovegrove, the meteorologist in charge here at our local National Weather Service office. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So you're here today to talk about what's something that some people might know a little bit about. Up on Mount Ashland, there is a ball. I like to think of it as a golf ball. Yeah. Some people call it a dome. Yeah. There's an antenna in there, right. And you guys, it is a vital part of what you guys do over there. Right. What exactly is in that dome?
That is our radar antenna, our Doppler weather radar antenna. It's a 20-foot dish inside the dome, continuously spinning around, sampling the atmosphere.
Wow. Okay. So how far can that big dish see?
It can see as far as Coos Bay over to Lakeview, but as you go farther away from the antenna, the beam gets higher into the atmosphere because the Earth curves away and the beam bends a little bit. So once it gets over towards Coos Bay, it's up around 16,000 feet above the ground. Okay.
Yeah. That works. All right. So. It's being upgraded. What exactly are you guys going to do there?
We're going to test lowering the lowest angle that the antenna samples. Currently now, almost every radar in our system of 159 radars goes down to about half a degree, so it's just a little bit above flat. And we're going to try taking that down to a 0.2 degree, 0, and a minus 0.2, and see which one of those works the best for us to increase our viewing area.
Okay, and so the advantages of that are increasing the viewing area, giving you a better analysis, if you will, of what you're seeing up there?
Right, we'll be able to see lower into the atmosphere and go over towards Coos Bay. It'll considerably improve our view out over the central and southern coast. By taking just that little bit of a different tilt on the angle. It makes a huge difference when you're going out a couple hundred miles.
Okay, and I imagine that little tiny tilt is probably not a 2-minute little button switch.
No, physically the radar can go down to a minus half a degree, but there's a lot of software involved, and upgrading that software has taken time. Okay,
and physically moving it to that degree, does that take a team of people up to the top of the mountain, or how does that work?
It's actually all just software. Yeah. Since it can do it already, it's just a matter of having the code that allows the computers that actually operate the radar know what to do with it and how to take it down that low.
Okay, and I didn't ask you this, probably should have done early on. When was that put up there?
It was, radar has been on the mountain up there since the 60s, but the Doppler weather radar was put in 1996.
Okay, interesting, all right. Just a little bit of background there. Okay, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll have much more in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with John Lovegrove, the meteorologist in charge of the National Weather Service Medford office. So we're talking about this big change you're going to make, tilting the satellite.
The radar.
Right. The radar. Thank you. Forgive me. Yes. Good catch. They're on the top of Mount Ashland in that dome. When are you guys looking to do that?
We're going to start testing in early September. I'm not sure of the exact date yet, but we're going to try each of those new different angles for a period of time and then revert back to the way we have been running, and then run an analysis and see which one of those new angles works the best for us. Okay,
and so it could take a few days, could take...
It's going to have to be at least a few weeks to a couple of months. We want to go through a variety of weather scenarios, cold fronts, maybe some thunderstorms, if we get any thunderstorms that time of year, and just see how well it works through a variety of different weather phenomena.
Okay, will there be any disruption in the radar as you guys are tweaking, if you will?
No, it's just a quick software change and the radar continues to operate.
Okay, all right, okay. So if a person were to step inside the dome, what would they see, what would they hear?
Well, when you get up on the mountain, there's two parts. There's the building part, and then the dome is sitting right on top. The building part has air conditioners, transmitters, and the real nuts and bolts of the radar. And then up in the dome, there's a large 20-foot dish. And that's the antenna that's continuously rotating around, going through various elevation angles to scan the atmosphere.
Okay, and you talked earlier in part one about it's been up there, this current one has been up there since '96, and there's been something up there on top of the mountain as far as radar goes for 50 years, roughly. Yeah. So what's next? I mean, are you guys gonna kick that thing down the mountain in a couple of years, and we're gonna bring in drones everywhere?
Yeah, there's really no substitute for weather radar. It's about the only thing we have going on right now that can do what it does. Satellites can't sense into the storms the same way that a radar can. And drones, we'll see what happens with that technology. There is some testing going on with a phased array radar to where there's not a spinning dish. It's like what the Navy uses on their destroyers and whatnot. That's in the very, very early stages.
Yeah, wow.
So we're looking to keep this radar going for a long time to go.
And it's in good condition?
It's going through continuous upgrades, and in fact, just this last week, we did a service life extension, replaced a lot of the cabling and other connectors that were in since the original installation 20 years ago.
Okay, fascinating. Thanks for breaking it down for us. Good to meet you.
Anyway.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.